Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 5 years, it's the return of Feast or Fire. Look at this, Hendry telling Yuya to climb. Yes!
Hello!
Yuya Uemura has won a briefcase.
Hello, my friends. That's right. You have seen the title, and I just thought, given Impact Wrestling just got to 1,000 episodes, the right thing to do was just to throw out a little bit of love. Let's up those down. Uemura got fired. So look, he's gone. He ain't coming back. There's nothing else we can do. I am giving it a down, and I am putting that down on the head of one Joseph Hendry.
This is Joe Hendry. I'm here in Newcastle for the second time. I've been invited here. This is going to be interesting. Hello and welcome to a very unique, exciting episode of Joe Hendry's Food Fight. So I messaged you after the whole Joy thing. You didn't like it. Of course, I get that's part of the business. But I have tried to help you so many times. You've got to take it seriously. You've got You've got to show the business some respect. So this right here, you may remember, is the Internet Championship from your very organization. And the reason I brought it here is because I want you to take a good look at this. This is a championship title. Things that I win.
It is not my fault if I'm more popular than all the wrestlers. You should be thanking me, right? And that is what's going down. Also, do you know what paid for that? My YouTube videos, right? My YouTube videos paid for that. I'm taking it back. I do respect it.
Well, you know what? Take it from me.
I am going to take it from me.
Take it from me.
At Turning Point, Hendry tangles with Simon Miller of What Culture, two longtime friends. That has gone south.
Last October, I debuted in Impact Wrestling, and since then, had a lengthy championship reign, formed a tag team that captured the hearts of the wrestling world in only 5 weeks, and I'm gonna be damned if I'm gonna let a disrespectful YouTuber like Simon Miller knock me off the pedestal.
It's a battle of social media savvy former friends as Joe Hendry goes one-on-one with Simon Miller right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, fighting out of London, England. He is the master of the ups and downs and the internet darling, Simon Miller!
Simon Miller is making his Impact Wrestling debut, but this is a situation that unraveled on Joe Hendry's show, Food Fight, available on Impact Plus and to our Impact Insiders on YouTube. It was in a recent interview that clearly things had gone south between these two friends. In short, Simon Miller had refused to submit himself to be a part of this year's gut check competition because he believed, quote, "I'm sorry, I'm more famous and more well-known than most of the wrestlers."
All right. I have something I need to apologize for. I just want to say sorry to Joe Hendry. I'm sorry I am more popular than all the wrestlers in the back.
Ah, come on.
I'm sorry I earn more money from YouTube than all the wrestlers in the back. Don't hate the player, hate the subscribe button. And look, I'm sorry that I didn't have to wrestle in front of a bunch of goobers like you Newcastle idiots to get my opportunity. And you want to know why? Here's why!
Whoops.
Serves him right.
Look, I'm very proud of the $5 I earned from YouTube last month, but there's no denying what Simon Miller has done in his own world. Wait, what is this? What is happening?
What has Hendry done?
Oh no.
If I asked for Austin, but I ordered him from Wish, I might get something like this pile of pish. Simon Miller, I'm gonna kick your ass, but first I will embarrass you with a photo from your past. And Simon Miller, your ups and downs are mean. You think you are a tough guy, but you look like Mr. Clean. And Simon Miller, look at this photograph. Before you were a wrestler, you sang in Nickelback.
The insulting Joe Hendry strikes again.
The resemblance is uncanny.
Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. 'Cause you love London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland.
Fighting out of Edinburgh, Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
And now listen, obviously taking a look at Simon Miller, yes, he does have an extensive background as a competitor in professional wrestling. Joe Hendry, however, has been regularly competing here in Impact and beyond, and is looking to put Simon Miller in his place because Joe Hendry was a part of the judging committee for Gut Check this year. He wanted Simon Miller to take a shot, see if he could earn a developmental contract with Impact Wrestling and achieve one of his dreams and become a champion perhaps in this company. Simon Miller, as you heard moments ago, thinks he's better than so many of the wrestlers that did compete in Gut Check and many of the wrestlers on our current roster.
Joe Hendry, prestigious one.
Oh, and now Miller attacking Hendry from behind, and the bell is not yet rung. This match is not underway.
Well, if Hendry knows Miller so well as he'd like to make fun of in that
Oh, you
video.
want to play fun and games? You want to play fun and games, do ya? I've got some games. It's time for the first ever live ups and downs. Oh yeah, here we go.
Look out!
Oh, and there's a down for you.
Look, I'll say it, never turn your back on your opponent. That got the better a little bit of Simon Miller there. But it's hard to argue with a lot of what he says, as Joe Hendry seemingly at a loss here for what's happened to Simon Miller. You just dropped him center of the ring.
Again, the bell is not yet rung. This match is not even officially underway. Well, now look at the kick pads here of Hendry. He's got Y. Here's Y on his kick pads. Oh, and Miller rolls out of the ring, and the official trying to get Miller standing and prepared back inside the ring so the match can continue. Ray Walters hasn't even started yet.
I mean, the match has not begun, but whatever this is has definitely started between these two. Oh! Hendry here outsmarting Simon Miller for the moment. And look at this.
And there's the bell. Now the match is underway, and Simon Miller, another down.
And look, ooh. Despite all the insulting games that Joe Hendry likes to play, we've seen this numerous times before with the likes of Kenny King, Matt Cardona, etc. I don't need to bring it all back into memory here. But Simon Miller, we're talking about over 300,000 subscribers on his personal YouTube, a what culture personality around the world, actor, fitness guru. He's got a couple videos you should check out, Tom. A couple things you should do in the gym. I mean, this guy is an absolute legend.
Listen, I understand the success that he's had in social media, digital media, but the fact that he disrespected the wrestlers of Impact, the wrestlers trying to earn an opportunity with this company through gut check, you and I both know that is not the right way to go in this business.
No, look, I can't agree with everything he said, especially about our incredible roster in the back, but things like tryouts, gut check, that's for a young talent, unestablished, trying to reach their way, I get it, into the upper echelons. Simon Miller, in his own way, has made it all the way there, but meanwhile, God, the entire time we were talking about that, Joe Hendry had him up in a suplex.
Joe Hendry taking his time, 252 pounds of pure motivation. Here's the cover. Miller able to kick out.
And Miller has had a really hard time getting back on the right foot ever since he tried to take a cheap shot at Hendry at the start of this whole brouhaha here.
Oh, a knee right to the midsection there. Ooh, power slam there by Miller.
Miller, obviously, if you look at him, you can tell in incredible shape. I mentioned a fitness phenom, always in prime condition, but Hendry knows the man very, very well.
Missed with the elbow. Miller, who's gone on social media, digital media, and mocked the team formerly known as Joya. And now Miller almost said he hurt his elbow, but instead he drew in Hendry and went to the eyes, went around the official. The official didn't see it. Simon Miller stooping to get an advantage here against Joe Hendry. Side slam. Cover. Oh, and Joe Hendry able to kick out. Again, Simon Miller attempting to feign an injury, just a draw on the official so he could go to the eyes, an illegal move, and try and get an advantage against Joe Hendry. Now Hendry trying to get back up to his feet, the longest reigning digital media champion of all time in this company's history, trying to show what he's all about. Uppercuts here to Miller. Oh, and a huge clothesline by Miller after a brief flurry there by Joe Hendry. Body scissors applied, going for a sleeper perhaps. Now Miller has tied up Joe Hendry here. And trying to get Joe Hendry to submit, but the fans here in Newcastle behind Joe Hendry.
Hendry now, look at this. Fighting all the way, keeping the very large and powerful Simon Miller carrying him literally on his back here. Whoa, look at this, just repositioning Miller.
Oh, look at the strength of Hendry.
Again, much like Danny Luna in the last match, just heaving Simon Miller off the floor and holding him there, just moving him around like a sack of potatoes. The strength of Joe Hendry.
Now the fall-away slam by Hendry. And a kip up. Hendry is feeling it inside the Walker Dome.
This crowd here in Newcastle clearly believing in Joe Hendry.
Oh, and now Miller using the top rope there to create a little bit of separation by any means necessary. And a spear.
Tried to cut Joe Hendry in half there. And now Simon Miller finds himself in control again. Can he take advantage, though?
Now, caught with a cutter. A cutter there by Hendry. Hendry.
Out of midair there, Tom. Impressive from the former digital media champion, Joe Hendry.
And now those kick pads with Y. Here's Y all over him.
Adding insult to injury. You can hear the chants in the Walker Dome.
Down goes Miller.
And look out, take it off here. Ooh.
On a shoulder tackle there by Miller. Goes for another one, and Hendry's down.
Here's the power of Simon Miller coming through.
We're seeing the 5 moves of doom from Simon Miller.
Oh my goodness. Really letting the fans in Newcastle here have it. I love to see it.
Wait. Hendry's back up on his feet.
Oh!
The standing ovation. You want to know why Hendry's the better man? Here's why.
Here is your winner, Joe Hendry.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. 'Cause I love London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
You can literally inhale the inspiration here in Sam's Town Live. With the entrance, the arrival, and the champion's prerogative to come out here and bless us first, to defy tradition and invent his own. The inspiration is upon us.
Define tradition, that might be one thing, and you know what it means to be a champion and have that prerogative, but also, we know Joe Hendry. He loves to stir things up, and he especially loves to needle his challenger tonight, the wrestling god, Moose.
We are in Las Vegas, otherwise known as Sin City. And trust me, there are a lot of sins going on that I see. I hear about the bodies buried in the desert, all the way to the granny that sits outside in that casino gambling away her grandson's tuition. But the only sin that you need to worry about is failing to say the words, "We believe." And what they believe in is 252 pounds of pure motivation. The answer to all life's problems. They believe in Joe Hendry.
We believe Joe!
Combat match for the Impact Wrestling Digital Media Championship, representing Moose Nation, he is Moose!
Las Vegas has been kind to Moose in the past. It's where he won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match at Bound for Glory 2021, and then called his shot later that night against Josh Alexander to become the Impact World Champion. His only previous no surrender match, however, was successfully retaining his Impact World title. And he's looking to duplicate a performance with success here tonight. So he's jumping Joe Hendry before this match has even begun.
Not wasting any time. And who can blame him? Moose
there's the bell.
Furious over the last several weeks, feeling like he's been made a joke by Joe Hendry, not taken seriously by the digital media champion. He aims to correct that tonight.
And remember, there are no countouts, there are no disqualifications, so using his ring jacket is entirely legal here against Joe Hendry.
Using anything is entirely legal, as Moose already stepping outside, got some ideas, got some designs on what to do. And wait, I know that box. Many from my generation, Tom, know that box. That's the Sega Dreamcast, baby. That is a classic system.
It is a .combat match, so plenty of digital weapons available.
What the hell is this, right?
Classic .combat paraphernalia, the keyboard getting involved, but
well, that's not a .combat match classic. That is just a plain steel chair. And let's not forget that Moose, over the past year, he's been in Monsters Ball, Ravens Clockwork Orange, House of Fun. All sorts of extreme match types.
That's right. I mean, the steel chair won't improve your KDA, but it'll certainly get the job done in the squared circle.
The Scottish keyboard warrior.
And that will work just as well as the keycaps go flying.
Oh, up on the shoulders. Is it time for another trust fall like we saw it Hard to Kill? He tossed Moose out of the ring that night. Moose was prepared, and he still got tossed out of the ring there by Hendry, ultimately.
And that was ultimately a lighter landing than we saw.
Yes.
The last time. Oh, God.
Moose rammed into the steel post by Hendry. Hendry 106 days as the digital media champion. He defeated Brian Myers back in November to capture the title, and now Moose sent into another post.
Second time's the charm there for the wrestling god, driven face first into the steel pole.
And now look at Hendry, full head of steam.
Wait.
Hendry through the timekeeper's table.
And just like that, Moose obliterates the digital media champion.
And now Moose has got his confidence. As I mentioned, all the extreme and hardcore types of matches he's been. How about Barbed Wire Massacre, a tables match at Overdrive, plus Full Metal Mayhem in the back pocket of Moose, utilizing the table there against Joe Hendry.
The .combat match itself may be a little bit of a foreign territory to Moose specifically. But yeah, no rules, no holds barred. The wrestling god is at home in those scenarios.
Whipping Hendry into the top turnbuckle. Moose trying to capture the digital media championship just to spite Joe Hendry. Remember how Moose tried to stir things up amongst the major players, notably Matt Cardona, to go after Hendry in this digital media championship. Moose has wanted Hendry gone ever since Dancing Moose debuted.
The world will never forget Dancing Moose, and I'll tell you, Moose will never forget it either. And a little bit of sign language for the wrestling god. Oh! The flip of the lid! That's way more offensive in some parts of the world than the bird.
A Sega Dreamcast to the skull!
They don't build them like they used to. That's for damn sure.
And now Hendry going outside the ring. He's an extremely creative individual. I think we can agree with that. And this is the perfect environment for Hendry, perhaps.
That's right. Now, clearly he's got something. What the? That's a remote control car. I mean, it looks like a remote control car my 3-year-old cousin would use, but what? This isn't going to take Moose off his feet. Look out! Yeah, I'm with Moose here. Look out for what?
Could have been a car race.
The car may not have been effective, but it got in the head of Moose, allowing Hendry to take advantage here.
Oh, the trust fall. Now Moose down in the ring.
And just like that, Hendry that in firm control once again. Inspiration has struck again, Tom.
And now Joe Hendry looking underneath the ring.
Oh no. Boxes under rings are. Oh! All right. From a 3-year-old to, I guess, a 12-year-old. We have the much. I don't know how many CCs that one is.
Joe Hendry must have had a very good childhood to have access to all this toys.
Oh wait. No. Maybe Moose saw it.
Oh my God!
I think that's worse than getting driven in.
Way worse. Hendry just tossing a remote control race car right at the nether regions of Moose.
Right into the double A's.
Oh, now Hendry. Oh, sent into the steel chair in the corner. Moose doing enough to send him. These are two heavyweights tossing each other about.
And about to
sky high to win the Digital Media title and a kick out.
That one shook the ring. We got to take a look at that again. Watch this. Boom! Huge, almost shattering the ring here, but Joe Hendry able to stay in the fight.
And now Moose retrieving the steel chair that Hendry went into moments ago, setting it up again amongst the turnbuckles.
You see, throughout this contest, Moose is kind of stuck with the more traditional, hardcore pro wrestling kind of weapons here. Steel chairs, tables, and the like. Sitting definitely more in his comfort zone.
I mentioned the track record of Moose. Oh no, he's going for an unmarked black bag, and we saw it last night with Monsters Ball on Access TV. This is, I guess, become very popular here in Impact Wrestling.
We need to sign a number of days without thumbtacks. Wait a second.
Those are thumbtacks.
Those are keycaps. Those are keyboard keycaps.
It's a combat match.
I mean, look, they're not thumbtacks, but this is not going to be fun for anybody.
He's going for the Uranagi to Hendry.
That sharp-pointed plastic.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Was going for the standing ovation. Oh! Landed with the Uranagi.
And look at those keycaps littering the ring. And now Moose going up top here.
Oh! Hendry's throwing keycaps.
It's raining keys, but no one's saying hallelujah, I'll tell you that much.
Just enough to distract Moose right to the eyes. And Hendry going up top. Oh my God, look at this.
Looking for a superplex.
Oh, superplex into the keycaps. Over 500 pounds of humanity off the top turnbuckle. All on to retain the Digital Media Championship. Moose able to kick out.
And take a look at this one more time from the very top into the keycaps. That superplex driving all of those plastic keys into the spine and the flesh of Moose.
And now both men opposite sides of the ring. Moose has got another steel chair.
Again, going back to what he knows, and Hendry has a chair of his own.
It's not a steel chair though. That's a
It's a gaming chair.
And tossing it into the ring.
It's all about the chair, ladies and gentlemen. It makes you better.
Oh, Moose. Oh! Hit with the gaming chair.
And now, off the ropes.
Oh, God! Bomb into the keycaps to retain. Moose able to kick out again.
Credit to Moose with all this unique weaponry, unique offense. He's staying in this one.
Both men continue to adapt in an unconventional atmosphere. And now it's Hendry again going outside the ring.
How early did Hendry get to the building here to set all this?
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's about to get immersive. Fully immersive here. That's a virtual reality headset, Tom. I don't know how this is going to win the match, though.
You steal this from Jeremy Borash's bachelor pad?
I mean, he's going to take sight away from Moose for a second here, but I feel like Hendry's got a plan beyond this. Moose, he's seen something. There is something good playing.
What?
You're in Sin City here.
What? Wait a minute, is this what Moose is singing? He thinks he's in like Omni nightclub or something here in Vegas. This is what Moose is singing right now.
Dancing Moose is back, I guess. Oh, God!
From joy to misery, Dancing Moose is back, and Moose is a front row seat virtually.
I mean, I said the name of Dancing Moose. I didn't expect him to appear literally.
You said his name.
Oh, God. And the wrestling god is furious.
The devilry, the creativity of Hendry. Moose into the steel chair, and a cutter into the keycaps.
Is that enough to retain?
Oh, and a kick out by Moose somehow.
Moose staying alive, but Hendry following up immediately, the urgency from the digital media champion.
Oh, I know. Was going for the standing ovation, and the kick out to the low blow. It's illegal.
Is that it?
The cover to win the title. Kick out by Hendry.
But has that low blow put Hendry in jeopardy?
Oh, was going for the spear, and now Hendry shoulders down on Moose, nearly had him.
Great counter there from Hendry, but whoa.
Once again, went for the standing ovation. Now Hendry, is he caught up here by Moose, shoulders down, handful of tights. The official saw it. Now Hendry had some tights, but Hendry retains.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner. It's still Digital Media Champion, Joe Hendry.
Some turnabout is fair play, and frankly was all legal in a .combat match.
I mean, an inspirational performance from Joe Hendry, pulling everything out. Moose clearly incensed, can't believe that this is how this matchup went down.
Moose sought out to rid Impact of Joe Hendry and take away his digital media title, but instead, Hendry retains and continues to torture Moose.
So this is a special circumstance. As you can see on your screen, there are 3 referees and there are 8 wrestlers in each corner. Now, at any given time, there are only 2 wrestlers permitted standing on the apron in the corner of your respective team at a time. There are 3 referees because of all the combustible elements, a lot of parties at ringside, so that's just to make sure that there's no infractions on the outside of the ring. So there's some strategy that has to go into this with each team, and on top of having to strategize together, you also have to work together and coexist together.
And already we are starting to see some things maybe break down a little bit here.
And good luck to the referees.
No kidding. Good thing we have more than one.
All 16 combatants are in the ring. The champions toe-to-toe with the All-Stars. Our officials trying to restore some order here in the early stages of this match. Oh, wait a minute. Matt Hardy's had enough, goes right after Moose, and the battle is on. The Champions Challenge match is just getting started on Impact.
We are back here on TNA Impact. This is our main event, the Champions Challenge, a 16-person tag team matchup. All the active champions in TNA against a slew of all-stars. Never before has every active champion in TNA teamed up in the same matchup. This is the largest tag team matchup in the history of TNA. That's over 22 years. And as you can see, watching here in Albany, New York, AJ Francis and Rich Swann, first class, watching up from their private box here.
Trying to scope out some of the champions in action, decide where they want to put their efforts in attaining some championship gold for first class.
Right now you have the Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace against a former Knockouts World Tag Team Champion in Danny Luna of Spitfire. These two familiar with each other from singles competition last year, no doubt. Lars Fredriksson paying very close attention to how Spitfire rebounds from under siege. Here's a cover by Grace and a kick out.
Obviously, if you're the champions in this one, you got to feel pretty confident. There's a reason you are all wearing gold. You're the best of the best. But there is one hell of a team on the other side of the ring. Oh, roll up here from Jordan Grace, setting up. Ooh.
Luna trying to catch Grace in a kick out.
Danny Luna here, very crafty with these covers. But Grace strikes back.
As I mentioned before the break, only 2 competitors per team are allowed up on the apron and in your team's respective corner at a time, just because of the sheer volume of bodies involved.
You wouldn't be able to touch the ropes, you didn't get anything done.
Exactly, you have to be holding onto the tag rope with both feet on the apron to make a legal tag. So there's some strategy that's going into this, obviously, with both teams. And well, let's be honest, there's some members on each of these teams that don't necessarily like each other.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Of course, we know everything with, as we mentioned, with Matt Hardy, Ryan Nemeth, and the system. But of course, Spitfire and Slamovich and Alicia Edwards, too.
Luna the cover on the digital media champion. Kick out by Laredo Kid.
And then, yeah, I'll throw all of that into a blender, and now each side has to kind of decide who needs to be on deck, which 2 members of their 8-person team is going to be there, ready to tag in.
Oh, and Steph Delander tags herself in the hard way
Danny
for the
Luna,
All-Star team.
None too pleased that SDL inserted herself into the equation like that.
Obviously, women can face men, men versus men, women versus women. This is TNA Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. And that is Masha Slamovich, one half of the Knockouts World Tag Team Champions.
This is a match full of equal opportunity badasses, and we got 2 of them face-to-face in the ring right now, but
Steph Delander not so bold without Khan.
More than happy to tag out Jody Threat, who would love to get her hands on Masha Slamovich again.
A history between Threat and Slamovich, who was Spitfire, who took the titles originally from MK Ultra back at Sacrifice.
It looked like for a moment there, Jody Threat, wants to get her hands on Alicia. Come on now.
Absolutely. Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich, who took the titles from Spitfire 2 weeks ago at Under Siege.
I guess she's angry about that, but hot damn, you got to obey the rules of this already tense matchup.
Well, there's a reason she's called the Wild Child, and can you blame her for the way Alicia Edwards was crowing last week about the title win? This is a cover and a kick out.
You mean celebrating?
Crowing.
God forbid, celebrating her first championship in the illustrious history of Alicia Edwards here in TNA.
Gloating as well. Forgot to mention gloating.
Undeniable. That's what Alicia Edwards is.
Back elbow. 3 referees assigned to this matchup, 1 in the ring, 1 in each quarter.
I hope that will be enough.
Well, as we saw before the break, it nearly didn't, but we've regained some order.
Right now, the Wild Child, though, letting loose on Slamovich here.
Breaks before the referee's count of 5. Oh, launching Slamovich. Cover to win this for the All-Star team and a kick out. Think about what could be gained for either side and the individuals involved. You never know how Santino Marella is going to gauge a match or an outcome.
I never know what Santino Marella is going to anything. The way this guy makes these matches, these decisions, let's just say they're unique.
Oh, into the top turnbuckle now. It's Alicia Edwards, legal, 1 half of the Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, representing the system. Now Edwards targeting Threat. Oh, the cross body.
Alicia Edwards showing exactly why she is a tag team champion.
Cover. Look to the leg. Oh, and Threat able to pop out there at one. Sami Callihan is riling up the fans here in Albany, New York.
Always been good at that. No! Look out. Threat on the run.
Oh, double knees. And then the release German suplex. Threat bounces into the cover. Alicia able to get the shoulder up in time.
Meanwhile, you can see the little things happening in the background here. Ryan Nemeth and Danny Luna up on the corner, just pointing out Sami Callihan is very much on edge here in this tense situation.
Last time we saw Callihan in a match where it was 1 versus 2 and he won. Beat the good hands by himself. Now look at this inside the ring, stalling suplex here. Oh, and launching Alicia Edwards into the champion's corner. And a tag made Slamovich is legal.
And as I was saying, the strategy's starting to form at different times now. In the champion's corner, Moose is up on the apron, available for a tag. In the all-star corner, Ryan Nemeth and Danny Luna
kick out
are waiting in the wings.
You can see how Jordan Grace conversing with Moose. I'm not entirely sure how chummy that relationship potentially could be.
It has to be, at least for the night, for the sake of this matchup. Danny Luna in to save her tag team partner.
Now Spitfire working well together, trying to overcome some adversity. Oh, and they're the tag team champions, Edwards and Myers. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to take our last commercial break for the evening. When we return, the Champions Challenge will be presented commercial-free until its conclusion. This match rolls on. Oh, we are back in our main event, which is presented commercial-free until its conclusion. This is the Champions Challenge match, the largest tag team match in TNA history, a 16-person bout. All the active champions in TNA against, a team of all-stars, and the X Division champion, Mustafa Ali missed. In comes Ryan Nemeth, the brother of Nick Nemeth.
Ryan Nemeth, who's stuck his nose into the system's business as of late. Now looking to make a name for himself here, possibly.
And Ryan Nemeth, who saw from a front row seat in Las Vegas as the system destroyed his brother in the lead up to Under Siege and following Rebellion. The heartbreak that Nick Nemeth experienced at Rebellion, coming up short in the TNA World Title match against Moose, where it looked like, Nick Nemeth's shoulder was off the mat. Ryan Nemeth came to the aid of Matt Hardy last week to spoil the system's championship celebration.
And look, he came in, as you've said, as a guest, and now, but just finding himself inserting his way in to the ring here in TNA.
Getting a chance for TNA management to fight on behalf of his brother.
Look, I go way back with Ryan Nemeth. I've trained with Ryan Nemeth. I know how capable he is.
DDT on the reigning X Division champion. It's broken up by Eddie Edwards.
But he better be careful about biting off more than he can chew with the system here.
Nemeth wants a piece of the system, was distracted there. The system got his attention, and Ali hit the neck breaker.
Well timed out there by the X Division champion, and now the TNA World Champion might be sending a message home to Nick Nemeth.
Not might. Definitely is. It takes a shot at broken Matt Hardy and the Death Machine Sami Callihan. You better believe Moose wants to dismantle Ryan Nemeth the way he did his brother Nick. Tag made, Eddie Edwards is legal. Moose in the face of Ali there.
And Ali wanted to tag Moose, not giving it to him, saying this is system business, essentially.
Eddie Edwards, who got the victory against Nick Nemeth on that first episode of Impact following Rebellion, and it was moments after that, a chair was wrapped around the throat of Nick Nemeth and smashed with another chair by Moose as the system swarmed. Cover, and a kick out by Ryan Nemeth.
System attempted to deliver that same fate to broken Matt Hardy. That's where Ryan Nemeth came into the equation. And now for his trouble, he's found himself in the poor, poor graces of the System.
The back rake there.
Moose here just taking his time with the wanted man's younger brother.
That broken Matt Hardy chomping at Moose. His eyes set on the championship of the world here in TNA. Back elbow.
Not even letting Ryan Nemeth get off the blocks here.
On a tag, and Ali's been denied a few tags here by the System.
Again, Moose just trying to solidify that this, right now, again, especially with Mr. Hunk himself, Ryan Nemeth, this is System business now. This is about sending a message.
The System, they trust each other. I don't know if they trust in Ali.
Exactly. Look, I trust in Ali, the world trusts in Ali, but the System got to look out for each other. I get it.
Oh, sunset flip here. The Hollywood Hunk going for the cover here. Myers able to make a tag. Eddie Edwards is legal and a knee right to the spine.
Ali valiantly wanting to get into this matchup, wants the tag.
Ali's demanding a tag. Edwards refused, and in comes Moose.
And now this is just a bit of unnecessary disrespect to the X Division champ.
Whoa! Ali's bailing out.
Officially withdrawing from this competition, you hear me? I am withdrawing from this competition. My name will not be associated. Why?
You heard it, he made it very clear. Officially, Mustafa Ali has withdrawn from this race, if you will.
Now, meanwhile, trying to focus back on the action here, we're all distracted by Mustafa Ali. Alicia Edwards assaulting Ryan Nemeth there, and now it's Myers who's legal against Nemeth.
Whatever happens here is not on the conscience, on the record of Mustafa Ali.
Anything on his conscience?
Yes, I mean, better in competition, better in the X Division, but that's a conversation for another day, because right now the System continues to lay out Ryan Nemeth.
Cover, shoulders down, kick out by Nemeth. So now the champions team is down a man. So it was a 16-person tag team match. Now it's 8-on-7. And we talked about some of the strategy earlier on in this matchup. Only 2 competitors per team are allowed on the apron. You have to be holding the tag rope with both feet on the apron to make a legal tag. So the strategy involved in this matchup now inevitably has to change for the champions.
I mean, look, if I'm the System, I'm leaning on the System. I'm leaning on my brethren. I'm leaning on the people I know I can trust!
Oh! Myers caught the danger zone!
Take another look here as Ryan Nemeth seemingly out of nowhere hits the danger zone, sending a little message of his own back to the System's corner.
Move out of desperation there by Ryan Nemeth, who tags broken Matt Hardy to meet the TNA World Champion, the face of the franchise, Moose.
This is what Matt Hardy has wanted since coming back to TNA. Wanted to take it to the champ. His goal, the TNA World title.
Hip toss there by Hardy. Hardy acknowledging that the System won the battle at Under Siege, but he's focused on a war. Off the side effect, kick out by Moose.
Hardy coming in like a Hardy house of fire.
And smashing that thick skull of Moose's into the turnbuckles.
Broken Matt Hardy intent on deleting the system.
I'll go for the
from
twist of
TNA.
fate. Twist of fate. No, Alicia Edwards all over Hardy.
Ride or die, indeed, in every sense of the word.
I hope Queen Rebecca was watching. Oh, back elbow there to Eddie Edwards. Oh, down goes Edwards. And now Matt Hardy makes the tag. In comes Callahan, the Callahan Death Machine. What a history between these two, and that shot to the orbital bone certainly woke up Eddie Edwards.
The Death Machine rides again here in TNA.
Oh!
Callahan wants to put this one away for his team.
One of the Cactus Driver 97, a tag made by Brian Myers.
Take him, Eddie.
Trying to set up there for a double team, perhaps. Oh, instead it's 2 for 1 for the Death Machine.
Callahan takes down both members of the TNA Tag Team Champions.
And now a tag man. In comes Joe Hendry for the All-Star team.
I guess Hendry Mania is running wild.
And a fall-away slam to Myers. Listen to the believers here tonight at TNA Impact.
And another one to Eddie Edwards here.
Oh, now Myers. Uh-oh, pop-up powerbomb, cover. Oh, and it's broken up by basically the entire champions team.
And here we go, we knew.
And remember, the champions are down a man. Mustafa Ali took the walk. It's 8 versus 7. But frankly, it's bedlam.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's absolute chaos.
We had 3 referees for this thing, and it's still pure chaos in the Champions Challenge. There goes Edwards to the outside. Callahan's not done. Oh!
Boot to the face.
Oh!
And
oh!
Remember, it was Callahan who came to Jordan Grace's aid at Rebellion, but
oh!
bets are off here in the main event.
And now Eric Young levels Edwards. All bets are off. Champions versus All-Stars.
Oh, now look at this. The Digital Media Champion!
Laredo Kid wiping out plenty of bodies. And now look at the Wild Child.
Always ready for a hell of a stage dive!
Oh, that'll make Lars Fredrickson proud. We have got to take a look back at this. All of this action to the outside here in this Champions Challenge. Unbelievable chaos tonight in our main event.
Bodies flying everywhere, resulting in bodies strewn everywhere around the arena.
Great respect shown by the fans here tonight in Albany, New York. And now it's down to Hendry and Myers. Oh, now Edwards!
Wait a second.
On the tag champs. Oh, trying to prevent Hendry's momentum. Uh-oh. Oh, sent into the ropes by Edwards. Spear by Myers!
That's it! That's it!
Cover! Joe Hendry is still alive!
What?
And there's First Class watching from their private box here this evening in Albany, New York with Swan and AJ Francis. Their eyes are on any championship gold here in TNA.
And obviously they are no fans of Joe Hendry. Hold up.
Oh, Eric Young took Eddie Edwards out of the equation. Standing ovation. Joe Hendry wins it for the All-Stars.
Authority, Ryan Nevins, Sami Callihan, Eric Young, Spitfire, Spencer Lander, and Joe Hendry!
What a cavalcade of action here. The biggest tag team match in TNA history, delivered on everything we thought it would end up being.
Joe Hendry, from London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. This is I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, and I believe that Toronto was ready to believe in the man who believes in himself more than anything else. Just get ready to raise your hands. Do it, Hanneman. Raise your hands.
157 days as champion. He is the longest reigning digital media champion of all time. Joe Hendry, who is, I guess, become fast friends with Dango, or at least Dango believes Joe Hendry is Dango's best friend.
And he believes it enough to stand here side by side in the ring and fight with him. So that counts for something.
Well, we have got our work cut out for us tonight. Big challenge, because we are facing
The team of the brutal, the intense Sami Callihan, the high-flying Alan Angels, the massive Con, and Diener, the most impressive of all, because he does this.
Yes, excellent. And you know what else is excellent? The two words that Toronto just has to say when Joe Hendry is in the building. And what they believe in is the team of Dirty Dango, Joe Hendry, and for the first time in 9 years, returning to pay-per-view, the one, the only, Santino Marella!
And their tag team partner from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, the Impact Director of Authority, Santino Marella!
Many of us know about the Milan Miracle, but Santino Marella is from right here in Canada. He grew up in Toronto, began wrestling in 2002 on the Ontario Independent Circuit. This is a huge night for Santino, not only returning into action, a televised wrestling match for the first time in 9 years, but his son Marco is in attendance tonight. Marco has never seen his father wrestle in person.
Your opponents, Con, Angels, Callihan, Diener, they are the Design!
Well, I hope Santino Marella made the right choice by bringing his son to this particular match, because the odds are not in his father's team's favor.
This is a 4-on-3 tag team matchup. And there you see Callihan, who by attacking Santino Marella recently on Access TV, completed the 7 deadly sins. And there you can see Santino Marella's son, Marco, donning his Mr. Incredible gear. We believe his father will put on an incredible effort this evening at Rebellion.
I was mentioning with Callahan, he's completed the 7 deadly steps. 1, rebirth. 2, obedience. 3, tribute. 4, covenant. 5, redemption. 6, penitence. And 7, the anointing, eliminating all other authority above him in the form of Santino Marella.
After all the smoke, after all the questions around what are the motivations, is Callahan really in this? We've heard it from multiple other wrestlers, multiple people coming through here saying, what is going on with Callahan? I think it solidifies it. His intentions were pure, and it was true. Callahan is of the design.
And Dango started things off against Angels, trapping the arm early. Obviously, Hendry, Dango, and Marella at a disadvantage, but I got to speak to Santino Marella earlier on tonight. He said, we don't care. I've spoken to Dango, I've spoken to Hendry. We all believe in going after the design. And in comes Santino Marella.
And starting things off here, getting involved pretty quick. The legend. That is Santino Marella.
And listen to the crowd here in Toronto. Santino from right here in Toronto. His last televised wrestling match was almost 9 years ago. Now, he has wrestled sparingly since. We know his Battle Arts Academy nearby has been open for 10 years. He trains other people in mixed martial arts. He trains in the craft very often. But still, the nerves of this evening. Oh, the Cobra nearly got unleashed on Angels again.
But you're right, Tom. I mean, there's something about, especially on this kind of a stage, one of Impact Wrestling's biggest shows of the year, coming back to pay-per-view, it's a totally different kind of thing.
And not to mention his young son, Marco, watching him in person for the first time ever. Callahan legal into the matchup, eye-to-eye with Santino Marella. Hashtag Rebellion now trending in the United States. We thank you all for tuning in around the world for our spring pay-per-view extravaganza, Rebellion. And look at Santino going after every member of the design, but the numbers just too much.
Yeah, having tried to fight off 3 at a time. Like I said, when the advantage, it already lies in the corner of the design. 4 on 3. The other side of the ring, Hendry, Dango, Marella. They did not care about that numbers disadvantage. They wanted this fight.
Now Marella, Dango, and Hendry, obviously their first time tagging together as a trio. All the design, as far as we know, have unity. There's been speculation of
what do you mean as far as we know?
There's been speculation whether or not what Callahan's been up to has been true or not.
Did I not just put that all to bed? The speculation, yeah, it's out the window. The steps are complete. Callahan is of the design.
Now look at this, look at this. Angels is barking at Marella's son, Marco, at ringside.
Sending a message, not only to Santino Marella's son, but to everyone in Impact Wrestling.
Look at Marella go, shots right to the midsection of Angels. Angels, jumped by Marella.
Santino's rising up almost into like a deadlift Saito suplex there.
And now Santino makes the tag. In comes the digital media champion, Joe Hendry. Twisting on the following slam and a pump kick for Diener.
Turning him around there and another slam. This time for the leader of the design.
Just effortless power from Hendry. And look at this. Tossing Callahan as well.
252 pounds of pure motivation, but he's about to meet 300 pounds of pure intensity.
Oh, the big monster of the design. Oh, he got caught off his feet. Caught off his feet. Oh, and a kick there by Angels.
And just like that, the digital media champion is down.
Now the jackal of the design, Angels all over Hendry. Tag made. Diener now into the matchup. He's the man who eliminated the sickness within Violent by Design. And that birth, the design, has since brought Callahan into the ranks. Are they more dangerous than ever now? What does the future of Impact Wrestling look like if they win this match?
No kidding. Callahan rounds this group out perfectly. They have every angle covered. You have the jackal, the hatchet man. That is Angels, the powerhouse Khan. The wild man in Callahan and the brain, the mind of Diener.
Tag made. Dango into the matchup. Dango, who's gone to battle with Marella well over 30 times in the past, has never tagged with him, and that's a big reason why Dango wanted to be a part of this matchup, aside from his illusions that he's the assistant dictator of authority.
You know, Dango thinks he's the director of authority's assistant. He thinks he's Joe Hendry's friend, like you think you're my friend. But you know what? At the end of the day, the bell rings and you get the job done.
Get up, Sammy.
And the double big shuffle from Dango.
Look out.
Callahan rolling out of the ring. Dango on the move. Oh! Runs right in the con, but a big right by Dango.
That's basically like running into a brick wall. Ain't no way you're getting through it. No!
And again, the numbers of the design. And look at Diener directing traffic, sicking Callahan on Dango. Tag, in comes Khan.
A well-oiled machine is the design.
I mean, how would you combat these numbers?
I don't know. You try your best. You get as many frequent tags as you can. Stay fresh. Because if this happens, this 4-on-1 kind of scenario that's happening right now to Dango, you're in big, big trouble.
Khan imposing his will here on Dango.
The design imposing their will in general upon Marella, Hendry, and Dango.
Oh, and back elbows here to Dango, and look at Khan firing off in the corner, and Dango could be out cold after that.
Dango just slumping to the ground.
And look at each member of the design. Granted, Callahan's calling the shots, but each member of the design is championing the bit to get into the ring.
Tag. With so many tag opportunities, you can always keep the man in the ring fresh and destructive.
I will speculate here if the design is too emotional in this matchup. You can see how ravenous they are to get into the ring.
Well, if they are, it's very effective right now. It is keeping Dirty Dango very, very well isolated.
Dango down and Angels in command.
Dango trying to lift up, fight back. Angels, I think, able to shut him down there.
And Angels takes a cheap shot there at Joe Hendry, and Santino Marella battling back. Oh, and down goes Angels, towering back body drop.
That leaves Santino Marella, the director of authority, on the apron, open for a tag. Can Dango get there?
Lifts into the crowd here in Toronto. Santino Marella is on fire.
More motivated than ever, oh my God!
The four-time champion in WWE. Classic offense from Santino Marella. Oh, and clobbered by Khan.
Here come the numbers to favor the design.
Spine buster, oh, and now Dango gets involved.
Angels now.
Oh, little sliced bread there by Angels.
But the digital media champion in the ring here. Wait.
Oh my God, he's got two at the same time!
Are you kidding me?
Double fall-away slam! And a kip-up!
Now it's Callahan looking to load up Hendry! Cactus Driver 97!
Oh, and Dango with the running blockbuster!
He's not done yet, looking to take off here.
Dango over the top! Leveling Khan and Angels.
That'll certainly help the numbers game there for Dango's team.
Yeah, one more look here as Dango goes well over the top and wipes out Khan and Angels. Is this enough to help the numbers?
Look at the ring, it's Diener taking out Marella.
Big discus clothesline, and now Diener.
Calling the shots, calls Callahan into the ring.
Take him out!
And now Callahan doing the bidding of Diener.
Diener has different designs here for Callahan.
Oh my God. Look at the smile on the face of Callahan. The Death Machine's old baseball bat. We know the draw of the Death Machine. Quote, Sammy Callahan is gone. Harkening back to the past of Callahan.
This is how it all began. He handed the bat over to Diener months ago. And now it's Diener giving the power back to Callahan after rebuilding him from the ground up. His monster now, his design in the form of Callahan.
Callahan turns on Diener. Who says the death machine's dead?
Where there was smoke, there was absolutely fire.
Thumbs down for the design. Callahan is out of here. And now the numbers are even.
And the leader of the design left alone with the director of authority. And listen to Toronto.
Cover! And now we have an official in the ring. Marella gets the win.
Against all odds.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
So, Raywald, did you see the billboard at the Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland today?
I've seen the effect that this man with green screens and drum machines has had on the world. Some psychopath has put Joe Hendry's face all over billboards in Scotland.
And his name is all over USA Today. A great piece on Joe Hendry right now. He said in that article, quote, he's been kind of worried for years that he maybe wasted some time away, but really it's been absolutely critical to what's going on now, his dedication to music and his craft. He said, quote, it's very cool that both of my passions are coming together. I'm a very lucky individual.
Now, I know there was just a tiny bit of speculation about when I was going to show up tonight. But the truth is, I chose to be right here in Chicago. And I chose to be right here in TNA. And tonight, I'm facing a TNA legend, Frankie Kazarian. Now, Frankie, has anyone ever told you that you kind of look like someone? A famous actor? I mean, in many ways, you are the Antonio Banderas of professional wrestling. I mean, sure, you've had a classic like Desperado, but maybe you're hanging on just a little too long. And there comes a time where you have to ask yourself, are you really the king of TNA? Or are you just the dad from Spy Kids? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter who you look like, it matters who you sound like. And right now, it sounds that all of Chicago is chanting, "We believe!" And what they believe in is 252 pounds of pure motivation. The answer to all life's problems. They believe in Joe Hendry.
You know what I don't believe, Tom?
What's that?
I don't believe two things. One, I don't believe a man can weigh in at the exact same weight every single time for 3 years. And I don't believe he just disrespected Frankie Kazarian like that.
Oh, God. So here we go. Hendry versus Kazarian is underway here. Sold out in Chicago, and against all odds, Joe Hendry, in his words, chose to be here in TNA. Joe Hendry, whether you like him or not, has absolutely gone viral, has become an
he's like a virus,
sensation.
all right.
Oh,
he's causing a sickness everywhere.
He's become so popular and so powerful that say his name and he appears as showing up on other wrestling shows, Ray Wall.
We don't need to draw attention to that.
I think we should. I think it's important because Joe Hendry is doing some phenomenal things recently. And Frankie Kazarian, as we saw last night on Impact, is a little jealous of that. And I think, as I mentioned before, a little sour. He lost to Nemeth last week.
What we should be doing and calling attention to is the legend. That was the one thing Joe Hendry said that was right. The legend that is Frankie Kazarian, who can whoop Antonio Banderas' ass any day of the week, by the way.
Went for the suplex there. Now Frankie Kazarian thinking about the chicken wing. And Hendry able to sling Kazarian to the opposite side. And look at the strength of Hendry.
Got to give credit to some of the training Joe Hendry has done with wrestling legend Ace Steel. We know Hendry's tried to up his wrestling game as of late.
He's been training at the foundation of pro wrestling in Orlando, Florida. Ace Steel, of course, a legend here in the city of Chicago. Over 3 decades of experience in pro wrestling.
Including training some of the greats who have come through this city into pro wrestling.
A guy named CM Punk, you might have heard of him.
Yeah, he's made a wave or two. And now Hendry trying to make a wave or two at the expense of Frankie Kazarian.
The effortless power of Joe Hendry really seems to be just putting it all together right now.
There's no doubt he's found a way to get an advantage over Frankie Kazarian. Question will be, how long can that last as we look out here? Kaz moving like a cat.
That guillotine leg drop that Kazarian has used for decades, catching Hendry. Oh, and a big clothesline, and Kazarian able to take over.
You talk about Kazarian being on the main event of Impact Wrestling 20 years ago, but the man is timeless. Look at him here, showing up here in some of the best shape he's ever been in, wrestling at the top of his game.
A 5-time X Division champion. However, the one thing that has evaded him is the TNA World Championship. Rushes into the side, Russian leg sweep. Here's the cover and a kick out by Hendry.
Something that is on the mind, maybe obsesses Frankie Kazarian a little bit. Who could blame him? It's that one thing on the bucket list. It's that one mark you gotta check off.
Considering what happened at this event last year, the TNA original, the TNA legend Alex Shelley shocking the world and capturing the TNA World Championship against Steve Macklin after 20+ years of chasing that championship. Walking into this event knowing that, again, another thing that bothers Kazarian.
But Kazarian knows that he could do that same thing. He could accomplish that same dream and goal.
Leg drop, here's the cover. Kick out there by Joe Hendry.
All he's got to do right now, at least, is put scrubs like Joe Hendry behind him.
Joe Hendry is clearly not a scrub. He still holds the record for the longest TNA Digital Media Championship reign in this company. Has really made seismic waves within the world of professional wrestling in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, look, the guy's a great video editor. I'll give him a lot of credit.
Listen to the people, Ray Walt.
That's great, and it's helping him here stand up to the legend Frankie Kazarian. Let's just hope he can follow it up and get it done here tonight.
What support from the fans here in Chicago. We are sold out tonight for Against All Odds. And now Kazarian whipped into the corner, boot right to the face by Kaz. And now Kaz, oh, wait a minute, was maybe thinking about a cross-body out of the corner.
There is the strength of Joe Hendry, no denying it.
The fall-away slam, and Hendry is feeling good tonight. Oh, wait a minute, is it time for the standing ovation?
Oh, no.
Wait a minute, Kazarian going for the chicken wing. Hendry backing Kaz into the corner.
Look at it, he countered it once. Gets it off again as well.
Hendry off of the ropes. Hold on, Kazarian picked him. Here's the cover. Gonna get the shoulders down off the backslide, not quite.
Hendry gets out of it regardless. Small package now.
Shoulders down, and Hendry kicks at it too. Oh, Kazarian. Big clothesline. Great combination by Kaz. This is a man who was demanding a TNA World title shot be handed to him earlier this year. He was willing to turn his back on a fellow TNA original lifelong friend in Eric Young, and screwed Eric Young out of the TNA World title at Sacrifice.
Look, if Frankie Kazarian hasn't earned that by now.
Is it time? Was going for fade to black. Was going for fade to black. Hendry able to counter. Look at the power of Hendry.
Are you kidding?
Oh,
great counter from Kaz.
Kazarian able to evade. Backstabber. How apropos. Now Kazarian, pop-up powerbomb by Hendry. Isn't enough. Kazarian gets the left shoulder up in time.
It's gonna take more than that to put the king of TNA down. Yeah, where are you gonna go? Joe Hendry, where are you gonna go? You gotta dig down deep. You're gonna have to look for more to put somebody the caliber of Kaz away.
I talked about it earlier on tonight. Joe Hendry's got a victory against Eddie Edwards in his back pocket from weeks ago. If he could put away Frankie Kazarian, what it would do for his already fantastic momentum. Well, Kazarian is maybe trying to set up for that leg drop again. Oh, belly to back suplex there. But it looked like Kazarian got the better of it. Here's the cover. Kazarian gets the win.
Here's your winner.
Well, Kazarian obviously had a counter to the inspirational one. Any which way, you may like it. Chicago, you may not like it. But the king stays the king here at Against All Odds.
Frankie Kazarian finding a way to cheat and win against Joe Hendry here at Against All Odds. We've got to take a look back at this. We have got to watch this again. It happened very quickly. Frankie Kazarian reaching into his tights here. Oh, man, look at that loaded fist. And on the way down, boom, the shot right to the face right there as Hendry delivered the belly-to-back suplex.
I think the footage was a little fuzzy there, Tom, but
what are you talking about?
Either way, Kaz got the result he wanted.
And after the fact, the chicken when the match is over. Frankie Kazarian adding insult to injury. Oh, wait a minute, there is Ace Steel to back up Hendry.